Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jumpstart Session 4 Be Actively Engaged. My name is Andrea Caraway, and I am the Online Student Experience Manager for the Division of Student Affairs. And so, my job is to really help online students get connected to all of the great programs and resources available to them through the Division of Student Affairs. And so, if you are interested in learning more about a department or you want to know what you're able to get involved in as an online student, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help, and I'm here to get you connected to all of those opportunities. All right, like usual, I'd love for you to take some time to introduce yourself in the chat. So please include your name, your major, your classification. So whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, or graduate student. And just for fun, what's your favorite song? If this is your first time joining us for Jumpstart, or if you just haven't taken the pretest already, go ahead and use the QR code to take the Jumpstart pretest. It helps us learn a little bit more about your experience in the program, and it gives us a chance to make changes or updates and things like that. So, like I said, please take the pretest. All right, so we are into week 4. Oh my gosh, we're halfway through Jumpstart. And so I know you all have been in your classes, and the semester has been going on for a few weeks now. And so let's chat. Like, what is something that has surprised you this semester? And so you can unmute your mic and share live if you want to, or you can drop your responses in the chat, and we'll talk about them for a little bit. So today's session is really all about um, being being actively engaged in your courses and on campus and really in the community. So when I say on campus, I mean really just a part of the UNT community. Um, and I think this is really important because a lot of research tells us that students tend to perform better academically when they're actively engaged on campus. And so I want to talk about the different ways that you can be engaged as a student at UNT. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is being actively engaged in your courses. And so, really, when we're talking specifically about being engaged in courses, we're wanting to make sure that you all are engaged in the learning process, right? And what we mean by that is oftentimes when we think about engaged learners, we think about students who care about the subject. So, you're interested in the material that you're learning in your classes. You feel motivated or excited to learn, and you take ownership of your own learning. And so it means going beyond just completing assignments for a grade, but really trying to dive into the material, maybe making connections to other classes or to your work, or other things like that. It may mean reading like extra articles just because you're interested, but really finding ways to take ownership of your learning and take what you're learning in your classes and finding different ways to apply it across a variety of applications or uses. And so that it's really going above that step of just turning something in or just reading something just to get a grade and to complete your assignment. So, being actively engaged in your courses, I think at a baseline is really participating in discussion. And so, whether that's through your online discussion boards, whether it's through Zoom or Teams and that type of thing, making sure that you're being a part of the conversations that are happening, asking questions, connecting the content that you're learning to real world applications. Being curious about the subject matter. So maybe um, seeing what's going on currently in the field and things like that, thinking critically about the subject matter, and keeping up with the news and the trends related to your course content. When we talk about being actively engaged on campus or in the community, students are participating in their community in more than one way. And again, I think that's really important. And there are lots of ways to do it. So it doesn't mean just, going to class and that's it. It's really going a step above. So not only are you participating in your classes, but maybe you're also a part of study groups. Maybe you're also a part of events or programs that are happening. Maybe you join a student organization. So finding multiple ways to have a connection and to participate in your university community is what it means when we are talking about being actively engaged as a student. And so, why is this important? Well, again, I mentioned this before, is that engaged students tend to perform better academically. You're more likely to attend classes when you're engaged, participate in discussions, seek help when needed, and take advantage of just different resources that are available. Being engaged on campus also provides opportunities for networking. And so, whether it's getting to know your professors better, getting to know your peers better, and things like that, these can be connections that last a lifetime and that might have opportunities or give you help later on down the road when you're well into your careers. Being actively engaged often provides lots of opportunities for you to develop skills, especially things like leadership, teamwork, communication, problem solving. A lot of times, students are learning these things through their co curricular experiences. And so, whether that's a part of being a part of a student organization, and maybe your job is to bring in guest speakers to talk to folks in your organization. Well, there's a lot of communication skills that will be involved in that, the ability to reach out to someone kind of going through the process to land a speaker. Those are all great skills that you're learning, and you can learn those through your student organizations. Being actively engaged also leads to personal growth and development. So you're more likely to step out of your comfort zone, to try new things, and to take on leadership roles. And these can help lead to increased confidence, self awareness, and just a greater sense of purpose. There's more benefits to being actively engaged. Honestly, mental and emotional well-being. I think having a source of connection and engagement on campus can help reduce your stress. It can help to provide you with social support, and also just offer opportunities for relaxation or just to have fun and unwind. When you're actively engaged on campus, you're more likely to know about how to access different resources on campus, and so you'll be able to take advantage of different things that we offer to support you. So whether it's career advising or academic support or counseling services, things like that, the more connected you are to campus, the more you're going to know about what resources are available for you. I think it's also good preparation for the workforce. So, in addition to academic knowledge, being able to develop those soft skills and just more leadership and co curricular experiences help to make you more marketable as a student. It goes a step beyond just having the degree, but also that you've had some experiences that demonstrated that you've developed some soft skills. And then honestly, just fun and enjoyment, really leaning into that college experience. It's enriching, it's fun. And a lot of times I think about college being like the one time in your life where you have access to so many things, so many people. And so making sure that you take advantage and that you're a part of the community is really important. Your engagement is personal. And so it's going to look different for every student. And there are a variety of ways to be actively engaged on campus. And so find ways that work for you. For some folks, they're going to be interested in attending programs and events. For others, they might tune into like a streaming speaker or lecture series. Other people are going to find their engagement by joining student organizations. Other folks may look at student employment or internships as their connection to campus, even study groups. And so maybe it's not something formal that's sponsored by a department, but still creating opportunities for you to engage with your peers and creating study groups is another way to be engaged on campus. Mentoring. And so whether that's a peer mentor or a faculty staff mentor, that's another great opportunity. Seeing if there are opportunities for research and which of your professors have opportunities for research. And that's another great way to get engaged, and just participating in different showcases or competitions, honors day, maybe senior showcases for those of you who are seniors and if your departments have them. So ways to show off the work that you're doing and demonstrate what you've learned. friend. And so whatever your engagement looks like, I think it's just important that you find something to be engaged in on campus. And so that brings me to our discussion topic. And so I'm going to, again, like usual, break you into breakout rooms and into small groups. And so while you're there, you can kind of talk about what are some things you're interested in getting involved in this year. All right, and like usual, I have a student success tip for you. So, my tip for today is I always recommend that students get involved in at least two things. I think two is a good number. I think three, if you have kind of a lot of time, but I think anything beyond that, you're not really able to give 100% to the things that you are involved in. And so, get involved in something related to your major. So, whether it is like a major specific organization or an honor society for your major, something related to the field or the industry that you're wanting to go into, is a really great way to get engaged. And then just something for fun or related to your interest. I think the things that we're doing just for fun help keep us energized and motivated towards working towards our goals. And honestly, you're able to make maybe some unique connections that you hadn't thought about, that will provide opportunities later on. And so something related to your major and something related or something for fun or related to your interests. A program that I want to highlight for you all that is actually coming up soon is Make a Difference Day. Make a Difference Day is going to be October 21st, and it is really a day of service for the entire campus. And I'm really excited to be working with the Center for Leadership and Service to provide a virtual service opportunity for students. And so if you are interested, if you're looking for a way to do service, I think Make a Difference Day is a great way to get involved. And so you can visit the website on the screen. Just go to the Center for Leadership and Service and look for the Make a Difference Day program to sign up. I think registration is open until September 24th. So if you're interested, make sure you go ahead and check it out. And hopefully I'm able to see you there kind of doing service with us virtually. And again, thank you so much for being here. I'm always happy to see you all. If you need anything, here's my contact information. So make sure that you reach out so I can get you connected.